The Zorvathian armada materialized above Earth like a storm of steel and plasma. 12,000 warships, each the size of a small city, blocked out the stars. Their hulls gleamed with an otherworldly sheen. Weapon systems humming with barely contained energy. Admiral Catherine Chun stood on the bridge of the orbital defense station Aurora, her dark eyes scanning the tactical displays. The numbers were impossible. Earth's entire fleet consisted of 247 vessels, and most of those were patrol craft never meant for full-scale war. "Ma'am," Commander Kevin Torres approached, his jaw tight. "We're receiving a transmission. Priority 1. Put it through." The view screen flickered, revealing a creature that looked like a mantis crossed with a dragon. Its compound eyes glittered with what might have been amusement. When it spoke, the translation matrix rendered its clicking mandibles into clear English. "Humans of Earth, I am Warlord Zoltith of the Zorvathian hegemony. You are surrounded by 12,000 warships. Your resistance is mathematically impossible. Surrender now, and your species will be granted the honor of servitude. Resist, and we will reduce your planet to ash." Catherine allowed herself a small smile. Beside her, Kevin tensed. "Admiral?" he whispered. She held up one hand. "Warlord Zoltith. This is Admiral Catherine Chun of Earth Defense Command. We've reviewed your fleet composition? Impressive numbers. Then you understand the futility of resistance." "Oh, I understand something," Catherine said, her smile widening. "I understand you've never fought humans before." Zoltith's mandibles clicked in what the translator rendered as laughter. "Your bravado is noted. Every species claims uniqueness before they fall. The Caltharians believed their shields were impenetrable. The Draxians thought their berserker rage would carry the day. All now serve the hegemony." "Kevin," Catherine said quietly, not taking her eyes off the alien warlord. "Initiate Protocol Thermopylae." Kevin's fingers flew across his console. "Protocol Thermopylae activated, Admiral. All stations reporting ready." Catherine leaned forward. "Warlord, let me tell you about humans. We're not the strongest species. We're not the fastest. We didn't even invent faster-than-light travel. We reverse-engineered it from a crashed Valoran scout ship 60 years ago." "Then what makes you think—" "Because," Catherine interrupted, "we're the species that looked at a mountain and said, 'I'm going to climb that.' We're the species that survived ice ages, plagues, and 2 world wars with nuclear weapons. We're the species that sent people to our moon using computers less powerful than a modern toaster, just because we could." On the tactical display, Catherine watched as Earth's fleet began moving into position. Not retreating, advancing. Zoltith's mandibles twitched. "You send your fleet to die? This is suicide." "No," Kevin said, speaking up for the first time. "This is Tuesday." Catherine tapped her command console. "You see, Warlord, you made a fundamental error. You assumed that because you had more ships, you'd already won. But quantity only matters if quality is equal. And you brought 12,000 warships into Earth's home system. The Sol system? Our territory, where we've spent 60 years preparing for exactly this moment. Your threats are not threats, facts." Catherine's expression hardened. "Kevin, light them up." Across the Earth-Luna orbital space, installations that the Zorvathians had dismissed as civilian infrastructure suddenly powered up. Mining stations revealed themselves as weapons platforms. Satellites deployed electromagnetic pulse generators. The moon itself began launching missiles from concealed silos, but that wasn't the worst of it. "What is—" Zoltith started. Then his eyes widened as his sensor screens erupted with warnings. "That," Catherine said, "is why you never invade a system without proper reconnaissance. Those aren't just warships you're detecting. Every human with a space-worthy vessel just armed themselves and joined the fight. Cargo haulers, mining ships, passenger liners, research vessels, all retrofitted with weapons. You're not facing a military warlord. You're facing an entire species." The tactical display showed the truth. Tens of thousands of contacts were accelerating toward the Zorvathian fleet from every direction. Earth's orbital infrastructure had become a fortress, and every human in space had become a soldier. This is insane. Zoltith's composure cracked. You'll destroy your own civilians. Those aren't civilians anymore, Kevin said coldly. They're volunteers. Every single one of them chose to fight. Because that's what humans do. When you threaten our home, we don't surrender. We don't negotiate. We fight. Catherine opened a fleet-wide channel. All ships, this is Admiral Chun. Today we're going to teach the galaxy something. We're going to show them why you don't threaten humanity. Why you don't invade our home. Fire at will. Space erupted into chaos. Earth's naval vessels, outgunned but not outmatched, tore into the Zorvathian formations with suicidal bravery. Civilian ships, their hulls reinforced with whatever materials their crews could scavenge, rammed enemy vessels or detonated themselves against Zorvathian shields. The weapons platforms unleashed hell, targeting command ships and carriers with devastating precision, and from Earth itself, railguns that had been built into mountains began firing, sending tungsten rods accelerating at relativistic speeds into the enemy fleet. You're mad. Zoltith screamed. All of you. No, Catherine said calmly, watching as the Zorvathian dreadnought broke apart under concentrated fire. We're human. There's a difference. 3 hours later, the Zorvathian fleet was gone. 7,000 ships destroyed, 5,000 in full retreat. Earth's losses were catastrophic, nearly 40% of their defending forces. But they'd won. Catherine stood at the viewport. Looking down at the blue marble of Earth, Kevin joined her, his uniform scorched and torn from an explosion that had rocked the bridge. Think they'll be back? He asked. Catherine shook her head. Eventually, but not for a long time. And when they do, we'll be ready. Because that's what humans do. We endure, we adapt. We survive, and we never, ever surrender. Never, Catherine agreed. Far across the galaxy, Warlord Zoltith composed his report to the Hegemony Council. His mandibles trembled as he typed the final recommendation. The human homeworld of Earth is to be classified as a Level 10 threat. Under no circumstances should any further contact be attempted. They are ... unnatural, impossible, terrifying. He paused, then added one final line. They call it humanity. I call it madness. Either way, avoid them at all costs.